Hi guys! Today I'm here again with my orchids, or actually to be specific, one specific orchid, so the one that has been growing, the keiki, that I've been talking about in so many videos. So today it's both scary and exciting because I've never done this before, but hopefully everything works out. So today I will be potting this keiki, cutting it off the plant and letting it start a new life in a gnome pot. So let's get started. So first things first, I will just shortly tell you what is a keiki. Keiki is a small orchid that is growing on the so-called mother plant. What I noticed just recently is that this plant has started to grow another two keikis, so on the end of this stalk. And also there is one on this other plant. They are so little that I don't know if you will be able to see them on the video, but as they grow I will let you know how they're doing. And yeah, I don't know why that's happening. This plant has been under a bit of a stress, as you can see from the leaves. A couple of times I've left it in the sunshine and maybe it had too much sunshine and it was too hot for the plant. What I've been reading is that the plant can start growing the keiki when it's under stress. So that's my guess. Maybe that's why it's doing it. I don't know that much about orchids, so I'm not sure if that's exactly why that's happening, but that's what's happened. And so I want to show you how I'm gonna repot the keiki. So again, the tips that I got were from the orchid house. So they told me once there are, now I cannot be sure, but I think it was at least 5 or more healthy roots, and they have to be quite long. So if they're really tiny and they're just growing, that's not enough. You need to wait until they grow. For me, the problem is at the moment that we are going on a holiday soon. I would probably wait for a little bit longer for the other roots to grow for a little, but because we are leaving soon, I want to pot it and see how it's doing before I leave, so that's why I'm doing it already now. And for the grown orchids, so for the big ones, for the rest of the orchids that I have this orchid bark that you can get from shop. It looks like this. But for the little plant, they won't get enough moisture from this because they don't have enough roots. So what you need to have for them is this thing called sphagnum moss. So it's a kind of moss that is used for this purpose. That's all that I know about it. I just searched online because I couldn't find it in any flower shops here, so I searched online and it came in post as this. I think it's dried, compressed. So now I'm going to soak it in water so it comes alive. I've never ordered this stuff before and I cannot really say if it's what's the quality, but according to the reviews it should be good. So I'm just gonna pour over some cold water first, and then I'm gonna mix with some, because it has to be warm water, so I'm adding some warm water into this, the rest of the cold water. So the package has all the instructions. I'm not gonna tell them now because that depends on probably on the stuff that you order or buy. It's not getting all into the bowl. I'm just gonna wait a little bit. But you can see it's coming alive already. It's puffing up. So probably the best idea for this is to get a bowl that you can actually fit the whole thing in the water, because mine is not quite fitting. But look at how much it's expanded. It's expanded a lot. So I'm just gonna pull it apart a little bit so I can see if there are any dry spots. It smells like a forest. So do you remember how it looked when I just soaked it in the water? This little tiny thing. This is a huge amount of moss. I should have cut a little piece of it and then soaked that in water. It actually said it will produce 4.5 liters, but I don't know, I just thought it's not gonna be so much. But oh well. At least you will know now that if you need only just a little bit, then don't use the whole thing, because I don't think you can dry it and reuse it again, because I suppose there is some specific way you need to dry it and then to make it come alive. But oh well, you learn as you go, so at least you will know better because of me. So now I have here the see-through orchid pot where I will be putting the keiki. So because the keiki doesn't have really long roots, I can just put the whole thing full with the moss. So now I'm just going to fill this this pot, just checking that it's all watered. So I'm not gonna press it really hard. I'm gonna leave some air there so it doesn't go moldy. So I think this should be enough. So now I'm just gonna cut off the keiki. I'm gonna cut it from here, so I'm gonna leave a little bit of the stalk. So the keiki, it's growing the leaves all over the place, so I don't really know where's the top and where's the bottom, but I will take the stalk and then put that into the, oops, and yes, I will break it because it's too long. I'm gonna cut a little piece off because I broke it, so just gently gonna lift some of the moss and then put it there. And then I'm also going to put some extra on top. So you don't want to really push it hard, but just put it on the moss so that it gets more water than if it was on the plant, but it's not really planted yet. So it's just sitting there on this bed, and it will continue growing. So here it is, it's planted, and hopefully it will continue growing. I will keep you updated. I will probably post a video before I know how it's doing, but I will keep you updated with some next videos, like maybe part 2, where I will show how it's actually growing and how it's doing. But keep the moss watered, keep it moist, not so that it's soaking in water, but so that it's moist, so that it can water the keiki. I hope you found this video helpful, and I will keep you updated how this little guy is doing. And if you have any tips or if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. I filmed a video with the keiki, and then the next day like I mentioned in the previous comments, so the comments under the video, I had to repot it because I filled the whole pot with the moss and it started getting moldy. So I got the moss quickly out of the pot and changed it for some new moss. So you can see here it's really loose. So I can show you right here. It's really loosely there, and it's also loosely on top of the orchid. And also I did some research and I noticed that one YouTuber, I think Miss Orchid Girl, I will link her channel below because she has a lot of orchid videos and great tips, so you can check her out as well. So she did this, she was talking about watering orchids. I don't remember, I don't think it was specifically about keikis, but I thought this should work for this kind of moss as well, so this kind of structure as well. So I noticed that there was a lot of moisture inside the pot, so I made some holes just with a screwdriver. Just with a screwdriver, or you can maybe with a knife, or just something that you can pierce the pot through. So I made a lot of holes, so there's a lot more air coming through the pot. And also I haven't found really a good way to water these, because I'm really scared that it's gonna get moldy again. So what I do, I water it really a little. So what I do, I just spray it from the top. So I get some water on the roots. And then what I also do, you can do it through the holes, so like this, and you spray and then you get some water around the pot like that as well. Or you can just lift hold the pot like this, so there's some space there, and then you can spray on the sides, so you get a little bit of moisture around the pot. Unfortunately, I haven't figured out a better way to water them, because I'm really scared that they will start to get moldy. So I prefer doing this daily. I'm just watering them a little bit so that they get that moisture, and hopefully that will work. I'm going on a holiday, and I will be away for 2 weeks, so I don't know how they will be doing. I have someone taking care of them, but once I get back I will do an update video, so I will show you how the keiki is doing. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to see what will be happening to this one. Thank you for watching my video. Bye bye until next time.